Good morning. I'm Dr. Wilson Paul, Associate Professor, Department of Corporate Secretariat of KCS Kasaragod College of Arts and Science. Now, I'm going to explain the process costing from cost accounting subject. Let us see the introduction of a process costing first. Process costing is a method of costing which is used to ascertain the cost of output at each stage of production. So that is a very simple and easy explanation for the process costing. Let us see now where are the places in which the process costing is applied. First case, if the production is a continuous in a series of stage called process, then you apply the process costing there. In the second, if the output of one process becomes the raw material of the next process, usually till the final product. Even in this case, you apply process costing. If the cost of the previous process is transferred to the next process along with the output, in that case also you will use the process costing. So this is an example where you can apply, where are the places that you can apply the process costing. I hope that is clear for you. Now I'll explain the format of a process account. Since it is an account, it has a debit side as well as credit side. On the debit side, it has three columns. It starts with particulars, unit, amount. The same is followed on the credit side as well. Particulars, unit, amount. All the expenses that are related to the particular process accounts will be written on the debit side as it is shown in the format. It can be a raw material, a labor expenses, a chargeable expenses, a manufacturing expenses, direct expenses, indirect expenses, any expense for that matter which is related to the particular process will be written on the debit side along with the unit introduced for the raw material on the debit side. On the credit side, you write all the losses, the scrappage, abnormal loss, even the output which has been transferred from process A to process B, or in other words from one process to another process is also written on the credit side. So loss, scrappage, abnormal loss, output, everything on the credit side. Normal loss, nothing but loss in weight. It doesn't have value always. So you should keep that in mind when you come across loss in weight or normal loss. You don't have value in the amount column. For scrappage, as per the direction of the sum, you have value. For abnormal loss, we have to calculate the value. It will be explained for you in the following slides later on when you work out a sum. And the output is the last that you get on the credit side. When you see on the debit side, you have one more item which is named as abnormal gain. So you have either abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So when you close the unit column first for each process, when you close the account, you close the unit column first. So when you close the unit column, if you have a balance on the credit side for the unit column, you can name it as abnormal loss. On the other hand, if you have it on the debit side, you name it as abnormal gain. So this is all about your format. It is understood, I believe, from this. Now, let us see the process costing with an example from a textbook. Let us go to illustration number 16 of page number 10.40 from chapter number 10. Let me explain the sum first. It is given as the product of a manufacturing concern passes through two processes A and B, and then to finish the stock. It is ascertained that in each process, normally 5% of the total weight is lost and 10% is scrap, which from process A and process B realizes at rupees 80 per ton and 200 rupees per ton respectively. And the various expenses is given for process A and process B separately. The expenses that are given here are wages, manufacturing expenses, and the material that is entering each process. So let us do the posting now. So open the ledger for process A and process B simultaneously with the columns, first particular as the first column, then tons, the second column, and amount as the third column for the debit side. The same you repeat for the credit side as well. Particulars, ton, and amount. First, you write the expenses for the process A. In process A, the tons that are introduced are put in is 1000 ton at a cost of 125 per ton, which gives a value of 1,25,000 for 1000 tons. Then the wages, which is given as 28,000 for the process A, that is written on the debit side, as I explained you earlier. Even the manufacturing expenses, which is given for process A, 8,000, even that is written on the debit side. The same you do for the process B as well. All your expenses on the debit side. Then the loss in weight, the scrappage, is given in the sum as 5% and 10%. The normal loss or loss in weight is always calculated from the input. So here in process A, the input is 1000 units. From 1000 units, 5% will give you 50 ton. Unit in the sense it is tons here. And normal loss or loss in weight will always have no value. Then scrappage. It is given as 10% for both process A as well as process B. So out of input 10,000 units, 10% will give you 100 tons. And it is given, the direction is in process A, the scrappage is sold at 80 per ton. So 100 into 80 will give you 8,000. And the output for process A is given as 830 tons. This 830 ton will be transferred to process B automatically. The value is yet to be found actually. So this is the posting for process A. The same you do for process B as well. So once you finish the process posting, you will get the picture which is shown in the slide for process A as well as process B. I hope this is clear for you now. You will have the ton which is transferred from process A is 830. It is already given there. Then there is some additional material which is introduced in process B, which is at the rate of 200 rupees per ton, and 70 tons are introduced as it is given in the sum. It is in which case, so 70 into 200 will give you 14,000. Then the other expenses that are incurred in process B, which is given here, is 10,000, and manufacturing expenses 2,000, 5,250. Then the output again in process B is given as 780 units. Again in process B, the normal loss or loss in weight is given as 5%, which is you're going to calculate on the input. Here in process B, you're receiving 830 units from process A, and you have an additional unit of 70 tons rather. When you put them together, you'll get a total of 900. So in this case, in process B, you're going to calculate the normal loss the scrappage, everything on 900 units. So 900 into 5% will give you 45 units. Then the scrappage is 10% again. Again from 900 you're going to do that. 900, 10% will give you 90. As it is given in the direction by the sum, for process B, the scrappage is sold at the rate of 200 rupees per ton. So we have 90 ton. If it is sold at 200, will fetch you a value of 18,000. Okay, and the output of process B is given as 780 units. Okay, so these is something which is given in the sum. So far I've done only the posting. I'm yet to close the process A first, then process B. So you have to close the process A first, then you go to process B. I hope that is clear what is said for you till now. Step number 2. After the posting of process A and process B, we'll go back to process A again and continue to close the tons column first. So when you close the tons column, you'll find a shortage of 20 on the credit side. Since the shortage that falls on the credit side, you name it as abnormal loss. Abnormal loss will have value always. So we have to find the value for abnormal loss. Here, the calculation of abnormal loss is done below the process A on the left side corner. For 1000 tons introduced, the total cost works out to 1,61,000. After this 1000 ton, 50 ton is a normal wastage and it doesn't have value as it is shown below here. So when you remove the 50 ton and the value is 0, so you'll get a remaining tons is 950 ton and the value will be remain the same, 1,61,000. Again, after removing the normal loss, you remove the scrap as well. The scrap is 100 ton, but here the scrap will have a value of 8,000 rupees. So from 950 you remove 100 will give you a balance of 850 tons. Simultaneously you reduce the balance of 8,000 rupees from 1,61,000 rupees. The remainder will be 1,53,000, which means finally for 850 tons the real cost is 1,53,000. Now you calculate what will be for 20 tons by cross multiplying. So for 850 tons the cost is 1,53,000 rupees. Then what will be for 20 tons? By cross multiplying, we'll get the value to be rupees 3,600. Now you pose the amount of 3,600 against the abnormal loss of 20 units in the amount column. Then you close the amount column of the process A. You'll get a balancing figure on the amount column on the credit side. That balance will be the real balance for the output which is being transferred to process B. That is for 830 tons you'll get. I hope this is clear for process A. Now step 3, which is process B account. Once you finish the process A and you transfer 830 tons, the value will work out to 1,49,400. Then there is some additional material 70 ton at a cost of 14,000 rupees. The wages, other expenses are there. Now, as you did in the process A, you close the tons column first. Here, surprisingly, you have the credit side column to be more than the debit side column. That is, on the credit side, when you make the total for tons column, you will get 915 tons. Whereas on the debit side, we get only 900. in which case the balance that falls on the debit side now. When the balance of tons falls on the debit side, you name it as abnormal gain. The same way as you did in process A for abnormal loss, you do the calculation for abnormal gain as well. As it is shown here, again, for 900 tons, the amount that cost is 1,78,650. Out of this 900 ton, you remove the 45 normal loss and it doesn't have value. So the remaining will be 855 tons. The cost will be 1,78,650. Then remove again the scrap value, the scrappage of ton. For 90 ton, now the process B has a value of 18,000. After removing the 90 tons, you'll get the real ton at the end is 765 tons. And the cost that works out to be 1,60,650. So now for 765 tons, the real cost is 1,60,650. Then what will be the cost for the abnormal gain of 15 tons? The same way as you did in the process A, you do the cross multiplication. Then you'll arrive at a value of 3,150. Now you write that amount in the amount column on the debit side against the abnormal gain. Then you close the amount column. You'll get a balance on the credit side, which will be the real balance for the 780 finished goods. So that is all about your process costing. I hope you have understood. Thank you.